5:13. Is anyone among you suffering? Let him pray. Is anyone cheerful? Let him sing praise.
Your God cuts off the nations whose land the Lord your God is giving you, and you dispossess them and dwell in their cities and in their houses. You shall set apart 3 cities for yourselves in the land that the Lord your God is giving you to possess. You shall measure the distances and divide into 3 parts the area of the land that the Lord your God gives you as a possession, so that any manslayer can flee to them. This is the provision for the manslayer, who by fleeing there may save his life. If anyone kills his neighbor unintentionally, without having hated him in the past, as when someone goes into the forest with his neighbor to cut wood, and his hand swings the axe to cut down a tree, and the head splits from the handle, and strikes his neighbor so that he dies, he may flee to one of these cities and live, lest the avenger of blood in hot anger pursue the manslayer and overtake him, because the way is long, and strike him fatally, though the man did not deserve to die, since he had not hated the neighbor in the past. Therefore I command you, you shall set apart 3 cities, and if the Lord your God enlarges your territory, as he has sworn to your fathers, and gives you all the land that he promises to give to your fathers, provided you are careful to keep all his commandments, which I command you today, by loving the Lord your God, and by walking ever in his ways, then you shall add 3 other cities to these 3, lest innocent blood be shed in your land that the Lord your God is giving you for an inheritance, and so the guilt of bloodshed be upon you. But if anyone hates his neighbor, and lies in wait for him, and attacks him, and strikes him fatally so that he dies, and then he flees into one of these cities, then the elders of this city shall send and take him from there, and hand him over to the avenger of blood, so that he may die. Your eyes shall not pity him, but you shall purge the guilt of innocent blood from Israel, so that it may be well with you. You shall not move your neighbor's landmark, which the men of old have set in the inheritance that you will hold in the land that the Lord your God is giving you to possess. A single witness shall not suffice against a person for any crime or for any wrong in connection with any offense that he has committed. Only on the evidence of 2 witnesses or of 3 witnesses shall a charge be established. If a malicious witness arises to accuse a person of wrongdoing, then both parties to the dispute shall appear before the Lord, before the priests and the judges who are in office in those days. The judge shall inquire diligently, and if the witness is a false witness and has accused his brother falsely, then you shall do to him as he has meant to do to his brother. So you shall purge the evil from your midst. And the rest shall hear and fear, and shall never again commit any such evil among you. Your eyes shall not pity. It shall be life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, and foot for foot. Going out to war against your enemies, and see horses and chariots, and an army larger than your own, you shall not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God is with you, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. And when you draw near to the battle, the priests shall come forward and speak to the people, and shall say to them, Hear, O Israel, today you are drawing near for battle against your enemies. Lest not your heart be faint, do not fear or panic or be in dread of them. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, and to give you the victory. Then the officers shall speak to the people, saying, Is there any man who has built a new house and has not dedicated it? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man dedicate it. And is there any man who has planted a vineyard and has not enjoyed its fruit? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man enjoy his fruit. And is there any man who has betrothed a wife and not taken her? Let him go back to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man take her. And the officers shall speak to the people and say, Is there any man who is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go back to his house, lest he make the heart of his fellows melt like his own. And when the officers have finished speaking to the people, then commanders shall be appointed at the head of the people. And when you draw near to a city to fight against it, offer terms of peace to it. And if it responds to you peacefully, and it opens to you, then all the people who are found in it shall do forced labor for you, and shall serve you. But if it makes no peace with you, but makes war against you, then you shall besiege it. And when the Lord your God gives it into your hand, you shall put all its males to the sword. But the women and the little ones, the livestock, and everything in the city, all its spoils, you shall take as plunder for yourselves. And you shall enjoy the spoil of your enemies, which the Lord your God has given you. Thus you shall do to all the cities that are very far from you, which are not cities of the nations here, but in the cities of these people that the Lord your God is giving you, for an inheritance. And you shall say Save alive nothing that breathes, but you shall devote them to complete destruction. The Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, the Hivites and the Jebusites, just as the Lord your God has commanded, so that they may not teach you to do according to all their abominable practices that they have done for their gods, and so you sin against the Lord your God. When you besiege a city for a long time, making war against it in order to take it, you shall not destroy its trees by wielding an axe against them. You may eat from them, but you shall not cut them down. Are the trees in the field human, that they should be besieged by you? Only the trees that you know are not trees for food you may destroy and cut down, that you may build siege works against the city that makes war with you until it falls. Boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. A stone is heavy, and sand is weighty, but a fool's provocation is heavier than both. Wrath is cruel, and anger overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, profuse are the kisses of an enemy. One who is full loathes honey, but to one who is hungry everything bitter is sweet. Like a bird that strays from its nest is a man who strays from his home. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his earnest counsel. Do not forsake your friend and your father's friend, and do not go to your brother's house in the day of your calamity. Better a neighbor who is near than a brother who is far away. Be wise, my son, and make my heart glad, that I may answer him who reproaches me. The prudent sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go on and suffer for it. Take a man's garment when he has put up security for a stranger, and hold it in pledge when he puts up security for the adulteress. Whoever blesses his neighbor with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, will be counted as cursing. A continual dripping on a rainy day and a quarrelsome wife are alike. To restrain her is to restrain the wind, or to grasp oil in one's right hand. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Whoever tends a fig tree will eat its fruit, and he who guards his master will be honored. As in water face reflects face, so the heart of man reflects the man. Sheol and Abaddon are never satisfied, and never satisfied are the eyes of man. The crucible for silver, and the furnace is for gold. A man is tested by his praise. Crush a fool in a mortar with a pestle, along with crushed grain, and his folly will not depart from him. Yet, well, the condition of your flocks, and give attention to your herds, for riches do not last forever, and does a crown endure to all generations? When the grass is gone, and the new growth appears, and the vegetation of the mountains gathered, the lamb will provide your clothing, and the goat the price of a field. There will be enough goat's milk for your food, for the food of your household, and maintenance for your girls. Me when you are hurting, and I will soothe your pain. Come to me when you are joyful, and I will share your joy. Multiplying it many times over, I am all you need, and just when you need it, your deepest desires find fulfillment in me alone. This is the age of self-help. Bookstores abound with books about taking care of number one, making oneself the center of all things. The main goal of these methodologies is to become self-sufficient and confident. You, however, have been called to take a road less traveled, continual dependence on me. True confidence comes from knowing you are complete in my presence, and everything you need has its counterpart in me. John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me, and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. James 1:4. Perseverance must finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. As you become increasingly aware of my presence, you find it easier to discern the way you should go. This is one of the practical benefits of living close to me. Instead of wondering about what is on the road ahead, or worrying about what you should do if or when, you can concentrate on staying in communication with me. When you actually arrive at the checkpoint, I will show you which direction to go. Many people are so preoccupied with future plans and decisions that they fail to see choices they need to make today. Without any conscious awareness, they make their habitual responses. People who live this way find a dullness creeping into their lives. They sleepwalk through their days, following well-worn paths of routine. I, the creator of the universe, am the most creative being imaginable. I will not leave you circling in deeply rutted paths. Instead, I will lead you along fresh trails of adventure, revealing to you things you did not know. Stay in communication with me, and follow my guiding presence. Psalm 32:8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
For Christ is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of God for us, nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entereth into the holy place every year with blood of others. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. But now, once in the end of the world, hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. Hebrews 9:24-26. P.P. Bliss wrote one of his best-loved hymns, Once for All, in 1871. Free from the law, oh, happy condition, Jesus hath bled, and there is remission. Cursed by the law, and bruised by the fall, Christ hath redeemed us once for all. Now we are free, there's no condemnation. Jesus provided a perfect salvation. Come unto me, oh, hear his sweet call. Come, and he saves us once for all. Once for all, O sinner, receive us. Once for all, O doubter, believe us. Cling to the cross, the burden will fall. Christ hath redeemed us once for all. The blood of Jesus Christ is the final sacrifice ever needed for sin. The work of redemption has already been completed. When Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, It is finished, and he bowed his head and gave up the ghost. John 19:30. Nothing more needs to be added. Indeed, nothing else can be added without corrupting God's plan of salvation. For us to be accepted in God's eyes, unlike the high priests in the Old Testament making yearly sacrifices for the sins of the people of Israel, Jesus fully accomplished the final sacrifice, and we can rest confidently in him. Everything necessary for us to be saved and kept secure has already been finished by Jesus Christ.